to the Xcode 101 tutorial, and today we're going to make a tutorial that will be in terminal or console as they call it, and we will make it so that it executes a command of integers 5 times 5 and a decimal of 6.3 times 6.3. So first off, why don't we start up Xcode, and once that starts up, file, new project, and in command line utility, foundation tool, choose, and we're gonna do let's call it integer because we're gonna do something else with it too. Let's call it number test. Okay, and we're gonna go to source and number test.m, and we're going to go delete all of the text that is right here. Just delete all of this, and so like I did, and then also delete all of this, and then we're gonna enter in some code. I like to press enter here just for sake of it. Click enter, it should indent. I like doing double 2 times. This is good right here. Okay, and so we're gonna declare, so our first are integers. Integers are whole numbers that are not decimals, and they could be negative too. So we have to declare what our integers are gonna be. So int, which stands for integer, space, why don't we call our first integer number, comma, space, and then our second one will be number 2, comma, space, and then y, semicolon. Okay. Click enter, and then we're going to declare what our number 2 is and y. So we're going to do number space equals space and 5, semicolon, number 2 space equals space 5. So we declared that this number is going to be 5 and this number will be 5 as well. Now we're going to declare what y will be. So now we're doing some basic algebra, and y space equals space number times number 2, semicolon, and then now that the computer knows that that the answer is 25 already, we're going to make it so that it says the answer is 25. So we are going to enter in ns log, open parentheses, and at parentheses hello, the answer to 5 times 5 is, and then we do space percentage sign d, close quotes, comma, space y, end the parenthesis, semicolon, save it. Whoops. And so as you see here, we've just made the code that will say why don't we build it first, make sure everything's good. Come on, there it is, it succeeded, and we're gonna go back and build, run under run, we're gonna run under console and build and go, and there it is right here. If we zoom in, hello, the answer to 5 times 5 is 25. See, we didn't actually enter in 25, but it took the value of this line and it executed it here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make it, it's just simple, we're going to make it so that 25 is on the next line. And so to do that is just a simple /, which is next to the close bracket key, which is this key, but we're not going to use that, /n, save, and do the same thing again. Run, clear the console before you do it. and then run console build and go. The answer to 5 times 5 is, see how it was before on the other line? Now that we added that, there it is, 25. So now, as we wrap this up, we're going to make it so that it will, let me zoom out here, I'm just going to do this beforehand so I don't have to do it. I'm going to clear console. So now we're going to make it a double. So it's going to be a decimal. So to do that, we change int main to double main. Actually we're going to make it a float. So float main, and then it's going to be float, and then change, and everything is the same, and we're going to change these numbers to 5.56789 5 and 5 this to 5.12345. Save it, and except where it says, we're going to just erase this /n. It's not necessary. Instead of D in the percentage sign, it's going to be F. Save it, build, 2 errors. Let's see, here we are, the errors. Hold on, it's in warning, it should still run. There we are. Oh, whoops, we should see, it still runs. It's a couple errors. I'll probably fix that later. I'll look more into that. Control. I'll do it later. I'll probably. Okay. Anyway, I'll fix that later. Anyway, so as you see, let's copy this. Copy, and instead of that, paste it, and then copy this. It's too many. Copy. Paste. Whoa. What was that? Save it. And if you needed to look at the code one more time, here it is. Float main, float number, comma, number 2, comma, y. So let me just explain this. Float is a number with a decimal. And what we can also do now is we're going to make it, we can make it double, but I wouldn't recommend that. I think float is a lot better. And so float. And so what we did here is we declared what number would be, and y equals number times number 2, and number 2 would be, so y equals number 2 times number times number 2, and then we'll log it so that so the computer already knows by now that what the answer is, because y equals this and this, and so then we just entered in simple text, and then here we declared that to list the float value that was executed. And so then when we did run, clear the console, build and go, is 28 point, and so is 28.526806. So if you're just desperate like that, you can just test it on a calculator because you're just weird. And so yeah, I wouldn't use this as your basic calculator in school, just like, hey, why don't I just practice some coding while I do my math homework? Anyway, it's fine. This can be used to also create calculators in the future. And so there you are. There's your calculation in the console. Please subscribe, and I will be making more videos if people subscribe and giving away apps. So please subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you.